Hey, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Sarina.
And you're listening to
Girl Next Door.
We're your favorite neighbors, bringing real talk, good vibes, and all the cozy feels right to your ears.
Whether we're talking life, love, family, or what just happened yesterday, we're keeping it honest and a little bit loud.
That's right. So get comfy because Girl Next Door has a lot to say.
You just don't like my car. You don't like my house. You don't like my house. I probably wouldn't say anything to you. And this is bad, y'all. This is probably bad. I probably wouldn't say. I would probably note it.
Oh,
it would be a note. And
absolutely.
Then if I see continued behavior, and I think I talked about this on one of the episodes, I think I would just begin to create space because then I'm like, you're not who I probably thought you were. There's parts about you that aren't fitting in my life.
Now, let me.
That's what I would probably do. I kind of create distance, and I don't tack it head on.
Yeah, because I used to create distance too. But let's just use me as an example, and we know that there is stock in this relationship.
Yes.
Like it's been tried and true.
Yeah.
And that happened to me, and it happened a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like this relationship is worth fighting for? Meaning, okay, obviously, because I could be in a season of my life where I'm in a dark place.
That's your life.
Girl, that's my line, honey.
Yeah. Always in a dark place.
I was in a dark place.
And now it's Keith's line.
Yeah, Keith that took it and ran with it. But I'm in a dark place, but it's not privy to you. I've not shared that.
Okay.
But what's happening is like it's spilling out. In that case, is that worth the distance? Is that worth creating space? Or would you come after that to say, you know what, Tiffany, you are my friend. Like something is off and I want to get to the bottom of it. What's going on with you? Am I missing something? Like however you choose to approach the situation. Am I worth fighting for? Am I worth fighting for?
Yes, obviously, using our friendship, absolutely 100% worth fighting for. Two things, though. One, I have to reiterate, it's a weakness for me, like genuine weakness.
I'm so sorry for bringing it up.
No, this is good because what you're doing is forcing me in front of everybody. To not shrink from what I'm feeling. But I think, yes, it's worth fighting for. But if I had to be honest, because I don't want to lie and give like, oh, no, I would come to you. That's not true. I don't know if I would. I don't think that if I had to be completely honest with myself, I would come with you right away, even given me in your relationship. But I think that what I wouldn't do is create distance. When you say worth fighting for, that was, and I might be overthinking it, but fighting may look different for me. Fighting may be, I've known you way too long to know that this isn't truly who you are.
Yeah.
And if that means me getting my feelings hurt for a few moments and still being able to love on you and support you and not come at you and just till we kind of see like, is this a pattern?
Yeah.
Or is this just a one-off thing? And not negating the relationship. I do a lot of that. And to me, that I guess I see that as fighting too. Like I stand, and that's why I say, I know grace is used sometimes loosely, but I extend a lot of grace.
Yeah.
And then also though, let me point this out. I don't let people into that sisterhood space that is even that risky. So the fact that doesn't mean that it's foul proof. So yeah, you could do that to me tomorrow and I'd be like, yeah, dog, I wasn't expecting that. But for the most part, I've done so much vetting. There's so much investment and so much stock, as you say, in a relationship that we just don't get down like that.
Yeah.
You've created a safe space for me. You've built that over years. That wasn't just because we kiki at the same church. No, you've shown a consistent pattern of I'm safe. I do this, I'm vulnerable, I'm strong. And because you've built all of that, I'm not going to be quick to probably, it's too, to me, I'm going to rationalize that. And that's why I say it might be a weakness and y'all might have a different way of handling things. But for me, my personality, my disposition, I'm going to consider all of that and say, that ain't worth even. So I'm going to fight by letting you be gracious. Because think about it in marriage. Think about how many hits you take. Think about how many strays you catch. Think about how much forgiveness there is.
Yeah.
And so for me, a lot of times people don't even have to ask for forgiveness. If I see the behavior, I already extend it. So because I know I need a lot of it. And I've done that with you a lot of times. You say, hey, let me, no, not like with you. I'm saying, you was like, Y'all see how quick? Y'all see how quick? You were like, what you mean you done that a lot?
Keep going.
No,
So sorry.
I meant like, you done made me lose my train of thought. I didn't mean like, what I've done for, like, you have called me out in ways and where, made me lose my thought. Because that's not what I meant. I didn't mean like I've had to extend forgiveness to you, but I feel like you've extended me grace. Like, we talk about the age difference. And I think there were times where I would do stuff and you would say, hey, what you meant by that?
Yeah.
Or you were talking to who? Now, what happened with that? And you would do that a lot. To me, it wasn't, I never viewed it as, although I laughed at you a lot, I never viewed it as Tiffany just coming to you and checking you correct. I always viewed it as love.
Oh, absolutely.
And grace.
Yeah.
That's how I interpret correction from people who are healthy.
Yeah.
And that are solid in my life. And I'm like, Tiffany's really gracious. She knows that you're a little younger. She can kind of see some of these. And there were times where you would be like, no, you're okay. Or things that I would do. And I felt like you've always done that. So for me, if you say like, if that happened at this point, no, I'm not going to probably bother you about that.
Yeah.
Because I just think you have a proven history that's not who you are.
So the only, and
that's a lot, I know, but
no, that's not a lot. Because now you like, you are strong. Like, it takes a lot to like really ruffle your feathers. Yeah. And I do admire that, because sometimes I've gotten a lot better, but honey, you could blow and I'd be like, why are you blowing? Like, why? Oh, it's a problem.
Yeah. But it takes strength to be vulnerable too, which I struggle with.
Right.
So and it might be easy for me to brush it out because I halfway became. So
right.
That part. So.
But I feel like my background growing up, that played a lot into why I'm the way that I am. Not family, but the people, school, friends, blah, blah, blah. So one thing I'm learning from you, and what kind of hurts my heart, is I love the extending grace, but I'm like, but then again, I'm like, okay, if you're not affected, then that's one thing.
Yeah, like, am I taking too many hits?
Yeah, like, I don't want you to take the hit and extend grace, and you're still left.
And you're just getting beat down.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point, because I should have touched on that. If you're listening to this, don't let nobody keep stepping over you, crossing boundaries. But I think what I was saying, the key part for me is why it's easy to extend grace is there has been years and invested stock of someone showing me who they are.
Yeah.
So you're not getting even this close without some vetting and showing that. Now, that's why even in marriages, I'm sorry, like, just because we're married, you're not going to run all over me and just dog me out because of the proximity of the relationship. So no, I think that's why I say it would have to be really egregious. But in any good relationship, you're going to take a hit, but I also don't take a lot of hits from you. That's what I say. I can't even think of one. If it has, it's so small and minimum that, so no, it's not like
it hasn't been nothing.
My friends are doing things that hurts my feelings and I give them grace. It's, I wonder why she said that. Then I think, well, you yourself may have said something like that. And that's not who she is. Like, that's the kind of rationalizing I do. And then it's like, extend grace, pull that in. And for me, that's where I will say it comes easy for me.
Okay.
Because I am really easygoing. Like, I'm not going to sweat that, because stuff just don't hold. It don't stick to me like that.
So ultimately,
but it also makes me less compassionate and empathetic on the flip side if I'm not careful.
So that's
why. So it has its pros and cons.
Yeah,
because I have that sometimes same expectation of others. Like, why are you crying over that? Let that go. But that's me, so I can't be putting that on people.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
So no. Well, I wouldn't sit with something that genuinely bothered me. Like, if you did something at this point, you've proven also that you're safe enough. So I would be like, Tiff, I'm sorry. I do feel a little ways about this. I would tell you. I think I have the bravery for that. But to just bother, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be, even for me, it has to be really, really deep. I'm not getting you on the small stuff. Yeah. Now, if I'm getting you on the small stuff, that's just the nature of our relationship, because we petty like that and we going back and forth and we laughing about it.
Or iron is sharper than iron.
That. But serious stuff, like, well, I know I am going to say something, but another thing that I'm hearing from you, like, you don't really experience that stuff because if you ain't vetted, tried and true, you're not even allowing them in this space.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense.
And people tolerate that.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. So when people say, my friends did this to me, and I be thinking, like, can we go back a couple steps? Because how did a friend get that close? And I'm not saying people can't go left, because that's just probably not my experience. I have had people do stuff. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But at this season in my life, no.
Yeah, we're not.
No. So that's why, too, I don't care what you did to me, because you're not even close to me. You might think you're closer to me than I am.
Yeah.
But for like true friends, no, we're not. We just don't get down like that. You and I, we don't. There's no intent to harm, to do ill will. We can share with one another. There's private stuff that we've shared with one another. And so we don't violate that sacred space like that. And that's why good Christian, wholesome friends and sisters is necessary in life. Not just friends because of proximity. Maybe we go to the same church or we work in the same place. You can build connection, and we should build connection. We should have community. But community, and we talked about this, you gave great examples of this. Friendship and sisterhood is different. But from my sisters, I'm not taking hits like that. And I hope I'm not giving them.
Yeah.
Not, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
That to me, you need to, if you're taking hits that consistently and you're having to extend grace that much, you need to examine and reevaluate. Because that should not.
That should not be happening.
That should not be. Iron sharpens iron. You know, the Bible says faithful are the wounds of a friend, meaning, you know, we're close. And so there is going to be some kind of friction. Yeah, that's a great word for it there. But I try to stay ahead of that by assessing who I let in that space.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah. It's only a few.
Yeah. And that's tested bit by bit.
Yeah. That
over
makes
time
all the
with
sense.
individuals. Yeah. There were people who I thought was close and I let in my life, and they did, like you said, a little something, and you kind of let it go. I was gracious, and I saw it as a pattern. And I was like, and this is why I say I'm weak at. I could have probably sat them down and had a conversation with XYZ, but I don't even think I valued the relationship clearly as much, because I just was like, distance, we're done. Yeah, we're done. And they fade off themselves. So, yeah. But I do need to get better in general, even if they're just friends, of just saying, hey, maybe this and that, but still, I just don't feel like I take a lot of hits. I don't.
But that's a blessing.
It is.
No, that really is a blessing.
I guess it is.
It attests to how serious you take friendship and relationship like that. I do. That shows a lot about your character. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
And we're just not frivolous with, everybody come and eat with no money.
Right.
And
right.
That's out of context. But
You silly.
Yeah.
You're going to throw Bibles.
You're going to throw Bibles, but it's out of context.
Yeah, no, I can't. I have a friend, and shout out to her, Courtney. I've been knowing her since high school. She was just recently up here for our class reunion. We stayed up till like the next day talking. And I probably can count on one time. Courtney's probably offended me. She probably can count on 10 that I've offended her, especially as a teenager. But she was much like you. She would check me early on. So I would really say I have to credit her too, and you. But she learned to say, hey, don't do that. If you love, don't do that. Like, she'll be like, stop. I told you to stop doing that, or say that, whatever. I'm like, oh, you just, I'm kiki. And she's like, no, you need to stop. And she's like, and so those are the kind of friends I have. And so we don't, there's no hits there. That's a different space.
I just want to say, I appreciate you, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just told her this. I'm still, I'm one of your biggest fans. I am. I think you're amazing. I'm grateful for our friendship. I'm grateful for our connection.
Yeah.
I saw you this past weekend, and I came to tears, and she laughed at me. No, actually, you didn't laugh. You actually
I received it. I was trying to work on it.
I'm so proud of her. I came to her, and I complimented her, and I
saw the tears coming. I said,
the tears started welling up in my eyes because I just love her
so passionate.
And I'm so passionate, but I mean it.
Yeah,
and
you are.
Y'all, she did not laugh in my face, and she received it.
Yeah.
And even
because I needed to hear it.
Yeah,
I needed to hear it.
Well, praise God that you needed to hear it. That even you not laughing in my face, I know that really blessed my life. I'm like, oh, my friend,
she's growing.
She's growing.
She finally gets it.
Maturing. She's receiving who I am.
It only took about 15 years.
It took a long time, but I do value our friendship.
I appreciate that.
And I'm
likewise
just blessed that we've been able to experience true sisterhood for these many years, and allow y'all to get a snippet of this dynamic.
I pray people have the same kind of friendship.
I pray so too.
I do. We didn't go and I think I can speak for you in this. We didn't go looking for this. It just fell. And I think people show you who they are. It takes time. It's just like in a relationship. You don't get married right away. So I wasn't, even if I called Tiff friend, I don't know that merging of becoming sisters took a little time. Like, well, we didn't put anything on it. It just kind of naturally merged. Yeah, we didn't even know what was happening.
We just woke up one day and we were closer than we was yesterday.
But I also think over time, if we had the ability to really look back at our conversations, our interactions, there was always little sharing. I remember we would be maybe in the church parking lot and I would be like, "You okay?" And you would share it with me.
Yeah.
Or if there's something going on at home, I would share it with you. And different things. And so we tested each other out with little bits of whatever, of our life and just being vulnerable. And when we both proved that, oh,
you're trustworthy.
Yeah.
You're
safe.
Yeah, you're safe. Definitely safe.
Yeah, you're spiritual.
Yeah.
And you can build from that.
You can build.
And so when we talk about having strong sisterhood relationships, that take time.
It takes.
So don't beat yourself down either if you're like, man, I wish I had that. I don't have that. Because I hear women talk about that like I don't have. Just be prayerful and allow that to take some time.
Yeah. And know that it does take vulnerability. It takes courage. To be open and to share and to cultivate that level of
intimacy.
Friendship, intimacy within relationship, and not shrinking and showing up as yourself in the relationship. Like it takes a lot. And but I believe God places people in your life for a reason. And when you get a sense of safety, when you get a sense of, wow, you just showed up out of nowhere, why? And you see the why, allow that person in. You know what I'm saying? And see how God blesses the relationship and give you a safe place to share, to talk, to be encouraged, to encourage. Because He can do it, He will do it. And we're all called not to shrink and to show up. So our prayer for you all is that no more shrinking and show up.
Can I say this too? You said something that just triggered something I want to share.
Yes.
When Tiffany said, don't shrink, and it takes vulnerability and it takes not shrinking, even if showing up and not shrinking is messy, still show up.
Yeah.
Meaning, I know my attitude is jacked up.
Girl.
I know I might be too sensitive. You said it, hey, I was always offended. But you know what I love? Even with you being always offended, not just with me, but in general, that was your authentic self at that point in time. At that point in time, you still didn't say like, oh, well, I know the Sarina don't seem offended, so I'm going to try to change who I am to accommodate. But by you being so raw in who you were, to me, that was more inviting than anything.
Yeah.
You weren't phony, and I hope that I wasn't also like I would be laughing into her face.
Yeah, she wasn't phony at all.
Muting the phone if she's crying.
Yeah,
I was showing up. Those were bad behaviors, but I was still being my authentic. Be quiet. My authentic and true self. So yeah, when you said don't shrink, I was like, man, even when it looks messy, don't shrink. And then that person, like you just said, who was meant to be in your life, they're gonna see that and they're gonna see it different. They're gonna have the grace for it. It's just like marriage. I tell people all the time, I'm not grace for Tony, Tiffany's husband. That's not my husband. I'm grace for Keith. And she's not grace for Keith. She'll probably kill Keith on the stuff that I may not kill Keith on. So but just like that with our friendships, I've been grace for Tiffany. I was grace. God needed to pair us up with somebody. Sarina need to care more. And maybe Tiff don't have to care as much.
Yeah.
So like he knew what we needed.
Yeah.
And he also knew that wouldn't be worrisome to me and then mine wouldn't be worrisome to you, other than us joking on each other. But really not a burden, but we had the grace for each other. And I think, don't shrink the messy part either.
Yeah.
Because we talk about the good part, but don't shrink the messy.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Because even saying that, like, I don't remember feeling like, tuck that away. Don't expose that part of you.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I felt safe to be my authentic self in those seasons. But I do believe, I know without a shadow of a doubt, that the Sarina and the others that God has placed in my life has strengthened my character. You know what I'm saying? Because I showed up vulnerable.
Yeah.
So now I'm able to be, I got more of a backbone now. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that, iron sharpens iron.
It really does.
So because of that, I've been affected by it and vice versa.
Yeah, because now, and Tip didn't have to sit me down and say, you kind of seem like you don't really care about people. So you need to, but what you did was by being your authentic self, it wasn't just Tiffany crying, she's offended by something that I saw. You know what I also got to witness from Tiffany, and she didn't have to sit me down and tell me this, but because I was in your space, I saw her pray for people. I would watch her go to people, and just the compassion on your face and the thoughts, like genuinely moved to tears by people. And I'm thinking, I didn't even think about the person like after they told me. Like, that's bad. And I'm not, y'all, I'm not heartless.
No.
But I mean, just so empathetic, so full of just natural compassion. And like you say, it sharpened me. So I thought the only way you could be like that is if you're humble enough, if you're open enough, and if you're not as cautious. And I'm way too cautious. I wasn't allowing myself to feel all of those emotions for people out of fear. And so watching you do that was like, oh, you didn't even have to sit me down and tell me. I just was like, I want to do that. I want to be, that's how I was sharpened. I was like, I need to have more compassion. I need to be more gracious. I need to tell people how I'm feeling. I need to share more. So yeah, like you say, we grow from the right relationship.
Yeah.
And I think a litmus test to what Tiff just said is, if you're wondering, is this person really somebody I should have in this space, like what they're talking about, is, do you shy away from being your authentic self?
That's a great,
any part of it.
That's a great question.
Good or bad?
Good or bad?
Do I have to? I think the phrase you used was tuck it away.
Yeah.
If you start to feel that tuck, like, ooh, let me not. I don't.
Yeah, something ain't right.
And I'm gonna be honest. There's people out there right now in my life. When I have conversations with them, I'll test them out with a little bit of, girl, like just give them my full self, and I notice they'll adjust, and I'm like, that ain't
me.
That ain't for me. We got to stay right here. We got to stay right here. So don't be afraid of what the other person's thinking. You don't have to. And maybe I won't say that if you're afraid that's an issue, because sometimes you have to build into that. But yeah, don't tuck it away. Just show up.
Just show up. One thing you just said, that you give people a little bit. I don't even think at this point I don't give nobody nothing.
You barely give your friends and sisters a little bit.
No, I mean, like, I feel like I got my people, so I ain't trying to.
Yeah, I mean, I get that
I ain't
too.
trying to invite nobody else in.
Yeah, because that takes work and time.
It takes a lot of work and time. Now, if you out there and you want to be my friend, I'll be your friend.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is just like,
takes a lot.
It just takes a lot. So, that was good, friend.
Yeah,
we can't tuck it away. We really do have to show up, because we're robbing people of who we truly are. You know what I'm saying? They're not really getting a full picture of who we are when we decide to show up as someone else instead of ourselves.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all this funny thing.